guys, welcome back to a revisiting of Chicken Run. Yes, what has surprised me the most about doing this whole Chicken Run revisiting video is when it came out. If you had said to me, what year did it come out, James? I would have said 2008, 2009. Yeah, easy. 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. It came out in 2000. This film has been out for 23 years and they've decided to make a sequel to it. Absolutely crazy. I have just finished watching the first one. I'm just going to go and watch the second one, so stay tuned for that coming very soon, obviously, on the channel. But the first one, oh my god. It blew me away, the fact that it's 23 years old now, this film. Obviously, Aardman are basically the studio that makes the film. Now, Aardman are based in Bristol. They do things like Shaun the Sheep, Wallace and Gromit, all the clay movement stuff. They do all of that. And it really surprised me how good this film was, and still holds up to this day. Now I'm really excited going into the second one to think, if you compared the two, other than the obvious, the fact that the one was in standard HD on Disney Plus versus you know, this is going to be 4K on Netflix, so it's going to look totally different, I think, in that aspect. But is the animation slightly different in terms of the stop motion animation? And just, I'm really excited to get into it. So yeah. But also what surprised me looking at the cast now, back in 2000, I was 7 years of age. So this is like a film growing up for me, which is mad. I thought I was watching this when I was like in my teens. Like, do you know what I mean? This is, yeah, actually surprising me. So Mel Gibson actually voices Rocky, which is just crazy. Julia Sawalha is the voice of Ginger, which is the main character, which I don't really recognise her. Imelda Staunton, she's Dolores Umbridge, yeah. She voices Bunty. We also get another person I recognise is Timothy Spall. Obviously, you know, Scabbers on Harry Potter. Phil Daniels is Vetcher. Now, I've seen him live, actually. He's been on the West End for Les Mis, but he's also been in EastEnders, so yeah. And yeah, those are the people I kind of really recognise. But I'm really excited going into the second one. I'm not going to click on it because I don't want to see any of like the reviews that it's had, because I don't want anything to be influenced. But yeah, the whole point of the film was I didn't really know what the plot was, but the plot was basically they're all chicken farm and they're basically eggs. So Miss Tweedy is basically saying that we need to now, we're not making much money from eggs anymore. We'll make more money from fattening up the chickens and making pies. So what happens? That's the plan. And it's very much like a film that's kind of against time, because they've always been trying to escape. Rocky lands into the chicken thing. Now he is a rooster, but he's from like the circus. He convinces Ginger to hide him there, and in exchange he'll teach them how to fly away, because he flew in. So Ginger's like, you can fly us all out. Obviously chickens can't fly, but he's Rocky the Rooster, which come out of a cannon at the circus. So it all comes out that that's the thing, and obviously he decides to leave and all that, and in the end they stage their own breakaway. And it's one of those films that actually has a happy ending. Like, I'm really excited going into the second one now, literally in the next 2 minutes. Like, it had a happy ending, so like, how did they pick up that happy ending and continue that? I'm really looking forward to that whole dimension of it and how it's all going to play out, because I feel like it's going to be really interesting, to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, my score watching this film back, obviously there was some nostalgia there. The dogs at the beginning, oh my god, when they like crushed the gnome, I was terrified as a kid. That just gave me mega flashbacks. But the film itself holds up really well, so I gave it a 4-star. Like, it's up there. Like, it's going to be one of my favourite animations probably ever made. I think it's brilliant. I think it has good depth to it, good story. It's 83 minutes long, which is like a perfect length for an animation film. 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes to get into the film. By the midpoint then, in like half hour to like just over an hour point, you're like, you know, in the actual story. There's no faffing about. We're here, we're making this airplane, we're getting out of here, we're learning to fly, whatever it is. And then the last 15, 20 minutes then, it's the whole climax of the film, you know, and how it all wraps up. And I think it's just really good, like how it's done. As I say, really looking forward to seeing how the stop motion looks. Now, the stop motion animation, in my opinion, holds up way more than animation does back in the day. Granted, there is some films like Disney, which are obviously classic films, but there's some animation, like I can't really think of some off the top of my head, but like there's some animation back in the day, like the 3D animation, that just doesn't hold up. I literally reviewed Candy Cane Lane yesterday, and there was animals in that film, and no joke, that film came out this year. The animation of those animals looks terrible in comparison to this film that does stop motion on animals 23 years ago. So it just goes to show that sometimes the old ways are better, and you don't need to like have these fancy computers to do these things unless they're done really, really well. Gotta hold up, and in my opinion, this does. So there it is, guys. There is my review of Chicken Run Revisited. Of course, stay tuned for thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one.